Hey Lions, fantastic day as usual. I'm starting to make it a habit, literally just deciding to have fantastic days and then just doing what makes the day fantastic, leaning into it and letting it happen. So, not sure where our story left off in the cyberspace out there, but I gathered 1,000 prospects last Saturday, and in getting ready for today, which was starting our new campaign of cold calling to basically every trade and professional small business in San Antonio, and that's a huge endeavor. Today just started on HVAC. I have a friend that I have a HVAC technician that I've known for 25 years now, and so while I'm not in that industry, I know enough of it to at least talk to these people and help them get to where they're going. In terms of running the business, in terms of marketing it, I'm right there for them. And so, and when it comes to solving any other kind of issues, I've got finance people, I've got video content creators, I've got social media marketers, everybody that actually gets specialized in making sure that the business is seen, that they're connecting with their clients, and that they're getting the results that they need. So today, our big script pitch was cold calling to build relationships and invite businesses around San Antonio to tell their stories about how their business started, what vision they have for their business, and what hurdles they're currently facing. And then, of course, these calls themselves are not necessarily for services, although every time I or we get in the room with somebody who starts talking about their business, who starts remembering like why they started their business, like what their vision actually is, and then overcoming the immediate hurdles that are in their way. Every time we start talking about this, the people who are in the room see tremendous value. And so I'm trying to get that to reflect in my tone, in my voice, in the words that I'm using to say, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to talk to you about your business, trying to wake you up and remind you about why you're doing this every day, and see where we can move you along faster, get you there. So today was fantastic. The cold calling. I know people think it's crazy. I know people think that it's not fun. For me, it's absolutely incredible talking to these people. Like, I bring the energy to start, and then when they hear it and they hear that it's honest and authentic, like they pick up on it too. It perks them up on their day. My opening right now is I know my call is the interruption today because this is a cold call. Would you like to hang up or let me have 27 seconds to explain why I call? Almost everybody says, and it's funny, they repeat, you have 27 seconds, or I'll give you 27 seconds, or it stands out and it's honest. There's definitely a lot of people who hang up, and that's why you offer it. Because how many times have you been called and berated by a phone agent who just won't shut up, who won't let you off the phone? So there were a couple that said, I would like to hang up, or I choose to hang up, or I'm going to let you go. And at that point, it's thank you, have a great day. Don't have to be crazy about it. And I am trying to change the cold calling game right now, because no one has ever provided me that option. No one has ever said, oh, hey, you know what would be great is if I was able to hang up and you didn't keep interrupting me and try to make me feel bad or something like that. Like, I'm not here for emotional tactics. I'm here to say, hey, this is a cold call. I'm coming out and telling you. I'm not trying to say, I'm doing some other thing. No, this is a cold call. Would you like to hang up or give me or let me have, I don't want to say give, I want to say let me have 27 seconds. And I'm really particular about my language on things like that, like let me have instead of give me. But I do try to emphasize, we're talking about seconds here. I'm within the first 5 to 7 seconds, I'm pitching you for 27 seconds. I'm selling you on the first thing. I'm selling you 27 seconds. And they give it to me. They give it to me. Um, when we get to the next part, they hear it. They hear it. And I got into a room today in a meeting, like what we're scheduling, and it was a video content creator from Furlough. Um, I kind of want to tell you the story, so I want to like withhold his name, but I also want to throw his name out there. Um, there's nothing bad about. Okay, his name is Arjun, and he's great. And he was telling me about new clients, and he was asking me questions, and it was just getting in there and having. It was just a kind of like meet and greet, right? And just telling him what I was doing, he immediately came forward and he was like, "Well, this is my story. This is what I want to do, and these are my hurdles." And we just jumped into it. So it was like the exact session that I'm pitching for in my cold calls. Like I had one today, just on the side, because that's what happens in furlough too. Like we frequently, iron sharpens iron. So everybody brings their talents and skills and experiences. We all throw it in the pile, and we sharpen each other up, and it's absolutely incredible. He having that conversation with him actually changed the wording for my script. It was something else. This is what it's been condensed to now. It was always been short. It just had different wording, and I told him, I can feel it when I'm saying it, that it's still kind of clunky here and there, and I'm fine tuning it, and it's still not perfect, but just listening to the tone of people as I'm speaking, the way they respond, the way they breathe, the way they pause, it tells you a lot about them. And it gives me immediate feedback, but you have to just be willing to change and listen and adapt and really connect with them, like meet them. When it comes to like on the call, as soon as they're speaking, like you can hear their rate of speech, what kind of words they're using, where their energy level's at. I don't try to blast everybody with my energy, although I could. But that's uncomfortable, right? So I try to match them, but like also raise them up at the same time. So it's not like pushing them, but it's like lifting them up, and they appreciate that. It turns their tone up, and you can hear them start to smile. And what's funny is, depending on where you're calling, a lot of people are answering the phone with, "How can I make you smile today?" And I start laughing every time. I lean into it. I was like, "You're already making me smile." Well, I know my call's an interruption because this is a cold call. Would you like to hang up, or would you like to give me 27 seconds? And they're like, "I'll give you 27 seconds." That easy. Ta-da! Anyway, Arjun had me thinking about things that I haven't explained either in a long time or ever out loud. There's things that you journal about, things that you just kind of tinker with in your head, and you explain them when they come up. And working through that information again, externalizing it, condensing it, just builds it into my working memory. It makes it more permanent in my brain bank, long-term memory, and it gives me motivation and energy to keep doing what I'm doing. And it's just really motivating to have a community like Furlough, where I can just be myself and be excited about it, and like when and being nerdy about business kind of, but it's just being enthusiastic about what I'm building and what this work means to me, and not having to be worried about like being judged for it or anything like that. It's just like that's why we're all here, bro. So share it. And then when everybody else shares, like I don't have to be the center of attention and for I can sit down and shut up and just listen, and I will have my own mind blown. Like it's a place where I can be me as someone who wants to build something, and everybody else there wants to build something too. So it's really fun to learn each other's techniques, give each other a pat on the back, congratulate each other on our wins each day. And that's what this is. This is me trying to externalize my wins, send it out into the world so that you, whatever it is, you don't have to do cold calling, you don't have to do digital marketing, but whatever it is, I'm giving you this right now. You can do it. Whatever. Most people don't like cold calling. In fact, in the past, I just wouldn't do it at all. Refused. But this is something different. It's not even just found. Like, it's found. I created this business based off of my identity and my values. And when I put this out into the world, I get motivation from watching it grow, watching it change lives. I get motivation and energy from other people who say that they found value in what I was saying and what I was doing. So that's why I'm doing this exercise here, even on YouTube. I'm putting myself out there. This is all entirely scripted. I don't know if you couldn't tell. I'm sorry. This is all entirely unscripted. I don't know if you could tell. I am just winging my events of the day and the stuff that's hanging in my brain because I need to create a track record for what's happening, right? And I don't necessarily have the time to come up with great, well thought, deep content that's been optimized and strategized, buying superior equipment and then sending it to a video editor, which I will hire Arjun when I am able to. But sending that out into an editor and then I don't know. I don't even know what else comes out after that, right? You're supposed to title it on YouTube and then come up with tags and all this other kind of stuff. And that's not even that important right now. I mean, in the long term, yes, that's very important. But what's important right now is that this goes out. This is level 1. Level 1, video content creator on YouTube. Like, I'm not trying to... I am trying to have subscribers and followers eventually. But right now, what is the canon? What material do I produce? What audience do I have? Well, that will come, but I need to put this out there. It's more important to get started. In this sense right now, I'm truly embracing done is better than perfect. And so I'm still developing this habit, posting on a regular schedule. I'm going to try to do 2 TikToks, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, mostly on goals in the morning and motivation and goals in the morning. And then something like review, learned lessons, and wins for the day in the evening. And everything else can just disappear for right now. It's not that important. And then here on YouTube, I am going to just perform more long-form content. So I will have already done TikToks. Well, I guess it was this way, right? I will do TikToks in the morning and then TikToks at the night. I'll already have done those 2 things. And then I will try to reconvene here for YouTube on a more explanatory level for what's going on. I have no idea how long these videos are. Oh, here it is. It's 14 minutes. Okay, perfect. So I think my goal is probably going to be between 10 to 20 minutes. I don't know what's optimal, but I'm trying to give you a brain dump without being just windy, trying to provide that value. And we'll be able to start seeing what the common threads are together. And if there's anything that you would like to hear me talk about, just put it in the chat, comments, whatever. As usual, since this is a YouTube video, will go up on YouTube. Start liking things. If you like particular videos more than others, tell me. Click the button. If you've liked multiple videos, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm going to keep sending these out. And if you've liked multiple of them, then you're likely to like my future content as well. So keep it up, whatever you're doing. Check back here for motivation if you need to, but seriously, find out what motivates you. Write a journal about it. What things interest you? What things give you energy? Find out what gives you energy. Like, think about it. Which activities give you energy and which ones take it from you? And for the ones that take it from you, what can you change about that activity that will make it better? So again, cold calling today was an activity that I would not do at all. And today is one that I could not get enough of. So there was a point where my brain wanted to go do another activity, and so I stuck in it, but I had to stick into it with my reason why, and remember my motivation, remember my visualization of what I'm building, what's happening from making these calls, because we don't immediately see the result, right? Like it seems disconnected where I'm making a phone call and that produces change in the world, but it does. And it does produce it on that individual phone call, because just asking these questions, I'm cold calling to build relationships, invite businesses around San Antonio to tell me the stories of how their businesses started, what vision they have for their business, and what hurdles they are currently facing. It does not matter if they want to schedule with me or not. I've asked them those 3 questions. How did the business start? What is the vision for it? And what are the hurdles? They're already thinking about it. That's called mind share. They're already thinking about it. So their business is enhanced just because I asked the question. And I told them, these calls are not necessarily for services, although I've received tremendous feedback about the impact these sessions have had. Pause. Let that sink. What are you thinking about now? Do you want one? So there's still a lot of work to do here, and I got off track. But what point I was driving home was that I changed the game. I made it work for me. Talking to people now gives me energy. Cold calling, I'm excited to call the next person, because every person I talk to, I'm already making a difference, even if it's just to lift their energy a little bit each day. So meet them where they are and just lift them up gently. Like, don't push them over the cliff, but pump up that energy. and so I gave them that at least. But we did get scheduled meetings, and there is a tremendous list left to go. I'm looking how to optimize my time so that I can continue remaining productive, increasing my script, tweaking, fine-tuning everything, and that's what I'm going to continue doing here. All right, we're at 18 minutes. I can continue talking forever, but we're establishing this habit, trying to find what hooks are more valuable than others. And so right now I'm thinking about, the things that I introduced into my I don't want to call it routine, but the way that I enhanced my game today. That's what I'll call it. The way I enhanced my game, because that's what I did, is I gamified cold calling in such a way that it was pleasurable to do, and it provided energy instead of sucking it out of me. And I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to continue making it fun. I'm going to continue enjoying the conversations I'm having with people. I'm going to continue making these words that I'm speaking to people be pleasurable and enhance their business just from talking to me. They're happy they got the phone call from me today. That is my goal. What a goal is that? What kind of goal is that for a cold caller to have a goal to make their call be enjoyable, memorable, and uplifting regardless of whether they took the service or not. Is that a goal worth having? I think it is, and that's what I'm going to do because I just had that idea now, and we're going to go with it. All right. Lions, thank you for your time and attention. I hope you had a wonderful day. Check back soon. More content to come. Love you and God bless.